Today I wanted to talk about how long does a driver need to stay on the road to make good money in expediting. It's one of those questions that's the number one question for a new driver. Existing drivers, you know, this might be a tip for you as well, just because there's no right answer, because everybody needs to make a different amount of money to be comfortable, or for this to be worth it for them. For instance, for me, I need, $2,000 a month to survive, and if I make $3,000, that means I'm making, covering my bills with $2,000, and then the other $1,000 I have as leisure money or put away money or whatever. So first of all, everybody's bills are different. Everybody's payments are different. Somebody's house is paid off. Somebody's vehicle is paid off. Somebody's, lives with somebody else and doesn't have any rent to pay or mortgage or something like that. It all varies. It's all different. So there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to give you as advice. The only kind of advice I can give you guys is don't make it a time goal. Make it a money goal. I think I've already made, a video or two about it, but not everybody's watched it apparently. Not everybody understands. I would make it a money goal. Do not make it a time goal. Don't make it, I'm on the road for a week and a half and then I got to go back. That's it. Make it a money goal. Make it a money goal. Whatever your expenses are, figure out what your expenses are. After your expenses, it's easy to figure out how much money you need to make to cover those expenses, as well as have money left over for savings or for whatever you guys need, for vacation, for retirement, for anything. With this job, it's very easy to do, and you are going to have money left over if you do this right. You're not going to make it in this business if you're planning to be home every single weekend. It's part of the job. Part of the job means you do stay away from home, just like a, trucker in a semi-truck. Yeah, you have the ability to not have logbooks, not have to be DOT compliant and stuff like that, but you still got to be on the road to make money. It's part of the job. You got to clear a lot of miles to make a lot of money. The more miles you clear, the more money you make. The less loaded miles you clear, obviously the less money you make. And if you're the kind of guy or gal that's, trying to stay home as much as possible, only gets out, when you can have a round trip pay, or if it's a short load, say from home, 200 miles and it pays you $400, we try to get the load. If it's short miles, we try to get it for more, because the day, an expediter's day, I believe is worth at least 800 to 1,000, 1,200 miles, something like that. Not any less. So if we sit all day long and we don't get you a load, and then all of a sudden we do find you something that's short but pays very well, that doesn't mean that you can just, that it's a good idea. You can do whatever you want to do, but it doesn't mean that it's a good idea to just turn around from there and just head straight home and sit in your, lousy dead area again. If you don't live in a hot area like Chicago, Cleveland, Memphis, Nashville, Atlanta, big city like that, and if you live somewhere else like in North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, California, Washington, Oregon, all these are dead zones, and so it's very hard to get a load from these areas. I hope you guys understand what that means. Sorry that I'm driving. Sun has gone down, so the lighting is going to get really bad. That means I got to keep my video super short. But I just want to get to the point and have this point. Plant a seed in your mind and grow a plant so you understand, not just fall between the rocks and in between something till you guys don't understand. You need to clear lots of miles to make lots of money. So you got to be prepared to be on the road in expediting. for a while. Let's not make it a time goal, but make it a money goal. Say your money goal is 10 grand gross. That means, approximately how much is, gone towards fuel and how much you got left over. So per se, you made your 10 grand, but you want to make more, or maybe next month you don't want to work at all. That's fine with us. Nobody's going to make you. And you can take as much time as you need. Say you're on the road for 2 weeks at a time, and then you've made enough money, and then you turn around or tell dispatch, you need to go home. We only look for a load towards home. Or you're not far from home, and then you just decide to go empty. That's fine too. A lot of people do that, and that's okay. It's your fuel, your money, your vehicle. You can do whatever you want. You're the boss when it comes to that. Today you can work, tomorrow you can have a day off, or you can have weeks off if you need, or months off, whatever you need to do. But don't make it a time goal, because time goals are very hard to make money in. If you make it a time goal, and then say 2 weeks, and you made some big huge plans that you got to go somewhere, or you got to be somewhere, or you created a vacation, and then it takes, maybe you're in a bad area, it takes a little bit to get out, a day or two to get out from Florida, say, or even California. You want to get out for the right price. You got to go to a decent area, and maybe loads don't pay, so dispatch can't get you out from home. Say it takes 2 days to get out from home, roughly. 2 days it took you to get out from home, then you get on the road, takes you, 24 hours to clear, 1,200-1,300 miles. You're on the road, you get another couple, and then, the next week comes around, and you tell dispatch the following week on a Monday or Tuesday saying, hey, I only can go home, and you're, say you're from California, and you're made it to all the way to New Jersey or Pennsylvania, then all of a sudden dispatch has to worry about only looking for loads towards home. When you've cut out every other possibility, if you live in LA and you want to only go home, we're cutting out the possibility to go to Washington, go to Oregon, because those are slower states. We're not going to take you to no Utah. Arizona is going to be tougher as well. So we're only really looking California, the state of California only, if that's where you're from. I hope that you guys understand what I mean. Basically, when drivers, I don't know what it is, there's some kind of a force that's against drivers that need to go home. It's not dispatch trying to keep you on the road as long as possible to make as much money as possible off of you or with you together. It's just some kind of a weird force, I tell you, that just works against the driver trying to get home. Anybody who's looking to get home, and that whines about it, it's the toughest for those people. It's very good for the driver that's just mellow. He goes where where dispatch sends him, where we send you. You make as much money as you can, and then you're very comfortable. You can, a lot of times these drivers, they'll clear 500 miles, 1,000 miles, turn around and just go home because they made a ton of money. It doesn't even matter how many deadhead miles they got left over to go home. So I hope that clears it up for you guys. I'm sorry if the video is dark or bad quality, but I just had to answer a question and put the right idea in your mind, or give you the right kind of an answer or advice. I'd consider it as advice. Go home after you've made your goal. Otherwise, don't go home. It's just kind of like working hourly somewhere where you worked half a day, or you worked 2 hours or 3 hours out of a 8-hour day, and then your boss says, hey man, if you want you can go home, but if you want you can stay the rest of the day. I'll give you an option. You can either go home or you can keep working and make your full 8 hours. Why wouldn't you want to make your full 8 hours and get the full pay? Same thing when being on the road. Make your full pay, meet your goal, and then head home. God bless you guys. Take care. I only wish you the best. That's why I give this advice. So, don't take it the hard way if it's hard for you. I'm sorry, it might not be the job for you. If you're homesick, if you can't stay on the road for a long time, for possibly 2 weeks, sometimes maybe 3 weeks, or maybe 2.5 weeks, it's just part of the job. It just might not be for you. You know, I say it the way it is, and I hope you guys understand that. You know, I don't mean no harm by it, but I don't want you to get into this, you know, thinking that you can be home every single weekend. It's not going to happen. And if it is going to happen, it's going to be at your expense, and that expense is going to be greater than what your income is. You guys have a good day. God bless you guys. Take care. We'll catch each other on the next video.